Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial of informatics practices for class 12th. Today we'll be discussing the fourth part of the chapter MySQL revision 2. So in the previous video tutorial students we have already discussed how we can create some SQL tables and we have also saw that how we can insert records inside the tables and how we can alter the structure of the table and how we can add some new fields inside the SQL table. Today we will be discussing mostly about the select queries, that how we can use the select queries to select particular set of tuples and the rows. Okay, and also we'll be discussing how we can update our already created table, and if we want to change some values inside the tables, how we can change it with the help of this update command. Okay, so let's continue with our discussion. Let's move to our MySQL first. Okay, so we are going to MySQL. I'm entering my password. Okay, so first, as usually we used to start, we need to first see whether we have our created databases or not. So first of all, we check the databases. Show databases, and here is the list of our databases, and we were working on this school database, so we'll be performing the instructions over the school database. Okay, let's type the command here. Use school to enter inside this database school. Okay, now the database is changed and now we need to write the queries. Okay, so first of all we will check which table is already created and how we can change the values inside that. So first we will start our table. We will write the command show table semicolon, and we will press enter, and here is the list of this tables. Okay, so we are having two tables inside this database. One is the student and one is the student one. Okay, I have created one more table, student one, and I will tell you why I have created a second table and what is the use of this table. Okay, now first of all, as we have worked on this student table already, let's select that. Let's see what are the things inside that student table. So select asterisk from student. Okay, semicolon, and press enter, and you will get the things which you are having inside this student table. Now as we were discussing in the previous video tutorial, what if we want to change this null name in the roll number 2? Okay, here you can see this entry. This is roll number 2, and in this roll number 2 the name is null. Now we want to change this null and we want to give any value inside this name field. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. For that you need to use the update command. Okay, update command is used for modifying the values inside the tables. Okay, so if you have already created any SQL table and you want to change a specific value at a particular row or a particular column, you can do it with the help of this update command. Okay, so let's see how this update command works. What you need to write first is write update and the name of the table which you want to update. Okay, so you want to update the student table, so update student. Okay, also now we need to write what we need to change, what was this old value and what is the new value. Okay, so we'll write this update student set name is equals to, suppose you want the name as abhay, name is equals to abhay. Okay, and we need to specify at which particular place we want to change this name. So set name is equals to abhay where, and here you know this the name is null here, so we will write this statement where name is null. Okay, we'll press semicolon. Let's see what is going to happen after this. See, it is showing query okay, one row affected. Okay, now let's see whether it has changed this thing or not. Again we'll write this command select asterisk from student, press semicolon and then press enter. Sorry, the select spelling is wrong here. We'll write the correct spelling, select asterisk from student. Here you go. Now see, the previous value was having null here and now you are having abhay. Okay, so whatever the record you wanted to update, it has already been updated. Okay. Now one more thing, suppose if you want the class of all the students to be the same, that is 12. Now it has to be done for all the rows, okay, because in class column I want all the students of the same class. Okay, so this Vineet, Abhay, Shubham, Aditya and Gaurav, I want all of them to have the class as 12. Okay, so we are not going to update one by one, we can update it directly in one statement. So let's see how we can do it. Again, we'll write the statement update along with the table name is student here, so update student, then write set class is equals to 12. Okay, where class is is null. Okay, now why we are writing this statement, as you know that everywhere in this SQL table which we have created as a student table, inside this the class field is having null values for all the rows. Okay, it is null for Vineet, for Abhay, for Shubham, for Aditya and for Gaurav. Okay, so wherever this class is null, it is going to set this value, set class is equals to 12. Okay, so let's do it. We're going to press enter. Now see, you've got query. Okay, 5 rows affected, rows matched 5, changes changed 5 and warnings is goes to 0. Okay, so all these things, it is informing you that it has been reflected inside your table. Now let's check it. If we want, we can write again select asterisk from student. Okay, semicolon, press enter, and you will see that now the class of all the student is 12. Okay, so just by writing this statement here, we have changed all these things. Okay, that is basically the use of update statement. Okay, now what if we want the records of a particular field, okay, inside an SQL table? If we want the only the name of the students with their roll number, we can do it that also. We don't need these columns if we want. Okay, so it can be according to our need, what is the situation demanding, so you have to change the values accordingly. Okay, now if we want to see only this roll number and name of the students, let's see how we can do that. Only you need to write select and the name of the fields, that is roll underscore number. Be very careful that whatever the name of the variable or name of the field you have given, you have to write the same way. Okay, if it is in capital, write in capital. If it is in small, write in the small. Okay, so select roll underscore number, comma, name from table name is student, again from student, semicolon, and here you go. You have only got the roll number and the name fields. Okay, so it can be according to the situation, whatever the user is demanding, you have to give the commands according to that. Okay, now suppose it was, means whatever the selection we have done, it is for the particular fields that we have selected, only these two fields, roll underscore number and name. What if we want only 2 or 3 records to be shown, or a specific record if we want the name should be like that? Okay, now let's check what different commands we can give for the rows also. Suppose if we want to display the names of the students who are above the age of 70. Okay, so we can do that also. You can write this command select. If we want to show only the names, then we will write select name. Okay, if you want to show all the fields, then you will write asterisk. Okay, but here I am saying that we want the name to be displayed only, and also all the names of those students who are above the age of 17. So let's write the query select name from student where class, and class is greater than 17. Okay, because we want the students of 17 age. So select name from student where class is greater than 17 press semicolon, press enter. See, you are getting uh, empty set. Okay, why this is happening? Let's check what is the problem here. I think class is greater than 17. Oh, sorry, that is the problem. We need to go for the age. Okay, class is greater than 17 is having null set. Obviously, all the classes are 12 only, so we want the class as 12th. We can't write the statement. What we needed to do is to check whether the students having age greater than 17 or not. We have written here class, so just change that command. We'll write select name from student where, and then we'll change our command age is greater than 17. Okay, be very careful about choosing the columns, which field you are choosing. And now if you press enter, here you go, you have got the name of the students, that is Shubham, Aditya and Gaurav, who are above the age of 17. You can check it from this table also. Here you can see Shubham, Aditya and Gaurav were having the age 18, 19 and 20. So these students are having the age above 17. So that is being reflected in our SQL table, which we have selected right now. Okay. So all these commands you have to write and you will get the selection queries. Okay. Now if you want some else, some different changes inside this, suppose if we want the name of the students starting with A. Means how many students are there with the name of A? Okay, means the names who's starting with A. We can do that also. So you can write this statement: select name from student where name like. See, select name from student where name like percentage A. Why we have written this? It is showing you those names which are ending with A. Okay, so in our list of the students, only this Aditya name is ending with A. Okay, so it is showing the commands. By the help of this command, we are showing the entries which for the students who are having their name ending with A. Now if we want the student name to be beginning with A, only we will change this percentage at the back. Let's see. Select name from student where name like, and here we need to change it. We'll write A first, then we'll put the percentage symbol there, we'll press double quotes and then semicolon, and here you go. Now you've got the two names of the students who are starting with small a. Okay, so you can check from the table also that this Abhay and Aditya were only the two names which were starting from it. Okay, so in this way, if you want, you can select the particular names of the students according to their criteria over their names. Okay, so I think you must have got the role of a select command, and how you can use the select command, and also the use of update. Okay, now let's see how we can insert the data from one table to another table. Now as I have told in the beginning of this video that we were having two tables, student and student 1, inside our school database. Now what if we want the names of the student to be moved from student table to the student 1 table? Moved from is copying the names. Okay, we already, if you are already having some particular set of data inside your first SQL table and you want that data to be inserted inside the second table, you can do it very easily. Now let's see the structure of that student table, sorry, student 1 table. So we can write like this: describe student 1. Okay, sorry, describe table. You are in your school syntax, check the manual. The right syntax to use near describe student 1. Already we are having this. Let's write describe table student 1. I think this there's a problem in this student 1 table. Let's check whether it is inside this table or not. First of all, write show tables. They're having student one table also. Is a problem then? Describe the name of the table is student one. I don't know why it is not showing the changes. It should show student one. No, yes, you are getting the particular instances. There was must be some spelling mistakes or something. That's why you are not having that view of that table. But now we are having this. See, it is command is working properly, working fine. Describe student one, and here you are having the description of the student one table. Okay, so you are having the structure of this table. Now let's see what are the values inside this student one table. So select asterisk from student one. Okay, the semicolon. Now you're getting empty set. That means you are having no values inside this student one table. That means there are no records or no tuples inserted inside this student one table. Okay, now if you want to insert the records from a one table to the other table, you can follow this syntax, this command. So suppose if we are trying to fill the student table records inside the student one, let's see how we can do it. It's very easy to do that. Only we need to figure out that how we can write the commands for that. Okay, so let's go for the insert query. Insert into, and now we want to insert into student one, so we will write insert into student one. Now we don't need to write the values directly, we'll pick up the values from one table. So we will write select asterisk from student. Okay, we'll press semicolon and we'll press enter. See, it is showing query. Okay, 5 rows affected. Okay, now let's check out. Earlier when we would wrote this command select asterisk from student one, sorry, so we got empty set. Now let's write the same command here, and now let's check what is the output here. Select asterisk from student one, semicolon, and press enter. Now see, you are having these particular instances. Okay, so you can see that all the records from student have been now moved or copied into this student one table. Okay, so you don't have to write the values. If you have already created it in some other particular table, you can directly insert it from the already created SQL table. Okay, so that makes our work quite easier, and it will take lesser time to insert the values also, only if you have inserted it already. Okay, now let's check whether if we want to delete some particular instances from the SQL table, it is possible or not. Now suppose if we want this roll number column for, and the name and age and class of and phone number of this particular table, that is 5 Gaurav 2012 null. Now let's try to remove this from our table. How we can do that? Okay, so for that thing we need to use the delete command. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. We'll write delete from, the name of the table is student one, so delete from student one. Okay, and then we'll write where name is equals to, and name of the student is Gaurav, so where name is equals to Gaurav, the semicolon, press enter. Okay, it is showing query. Okay, 1 row affected. Now let's write this command again. Select asterisk from student one, semicolon. Now see, earlier you are having 5 records, that is 1 2 3 4 5 roll numbers. Here only you are having 4 records because you have deleted the record of Gaurav. Okay, so it is very easy to delete a record from the SQL table. And already I have told you how you can drop the entire table or the entire database in the first video tutorial only, I guess. Okay, so if you want to remove the whole table, you can do it once. Okay, so the existence of the table is gone. So you have to be very careful between the drop statement and the delete command, because drop command is used for removing the existence of that particular things. Okay, but if you are going to use delete, it will keep the structure of the table, only it will delete the values. Okay, so suppose if you write this delete, let's check out what will happen. This delete asterisk from student 1. Okay, semicolon, press enter. You have an error in your SQL syntax. So write in that way. Okay, you can directly write delete from student 1. Only if you write that also, that may work. Don't know why this asterisk is not working, but you can do that. Okay, so let's move to other parts of this SQL tables, and let's work over this particular alter commands and the modify, how you can use this. Okay, and also let's first discuss about this how you can create a foreign key inside the table. Okay, so already you are having this student 1 table, and in this student 1 table we want to create some foreign keys. So let's see how we can do that. Already I have told you that when you are creating any table, at the time of that creation you can either give the primary key or you can alter the command, and you can give the primary key later on also. Okay, so you have to be very careful about all those things, that whether you are creating the primary key in the beginning or you are creating it at the after the creation of the SQL table. So for the student 1 table we have already, sorry, for the student table we have already created the primary key, but for student 1 there is no set of primary key. If you want, you can check again. Let's write this describe student 1. Now see, we are having keys empty. Okay, so there is no key inside this particular student 1 table. Now if you want, you can add some keys inside it. Okay, let's add a primary key in this also. This time we want the primary key to be the phone number. Okay, so we will write like this alter table student 1, and then add the primary key, add primary key, and the name of the particular field which you want to add as a primary key. Here we want this phone underscore number. So let's write phone underscore number, press semicolon and press enter. Data truncated for column phone number at row 1. Okay, now this problem is showing you that data truncated, that means you are having duplicate copies in the phone underscore number column, so it cannot create it as a primary key. And you know that we have inserted the records in the phone numbers, because already this phone number column is having null in all the entries. You can see all the entries in this phone underscore number column is null. So that means you are having the duplicate entries, and as per the definition of the primary key, you cannot create a field as a primary key if it is having the copied entries or the duplicate entries. Okay, so data redundancy is being compromised here. So you have to set a particular field as a primary key which is not having copied columns. Okay, copied rows or the duplicate entries. Obviously the phone number will not be duplicate for the students, there are possibilities. So here we are having this problem because we have not entered any phone number inside this particular table. Okay, if you want, you can insert, let's insert some values randomly inside the phone number, and then let's try to create it as a primary key. So suppose here we are writing insert into the column name, that is the phone number. So insert into student 1, and the name of the column, that is phone underscore number, and then write values. and inside these values pass the phone numbers. Okay, so already we are having 4 records, so we need to pass 4 phone numbers separately. Let's write any numbers here: 98765432110. Okay, so already 10 digits are here, comma, let's put another number: 96385274110. Okay, again it is 10 digits, and again 987321654, and then another phone number. Let's write like this: 987654123. Okay, and then 0 also. Press semicolon at the end. Column count doesn't match value count at row 1. Column count, that means there must be some problem in the column count. Match value count at row 1. At row 1 it is having some problem because I think phone underscore number is already given with the size int 11. We are having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 entries. It should insert. I think there is a problem inside this integer particular column. Okay, so we can change that. Don't worry about that. We can modify the data type of this particular field by using the modify statement. So let's find it out. We can do it in the next video tutorial also. Today's video we are ending it here. Okay, so let's find out in the next video tutorial. Till then, take care. Thank you, students.